Did Mark Carney say what we all were thinking? I think he did. Canadians, Mexicans, Europeans, and the Americans, US Americans, that have not lost their minds. Well, at the G19. Yeah, at the G19, because some orange one shits in pants and shitting his pants, and he decided not to go because he's a little scaredy cat. That he is, yes. Donald Trump had no one there. No. And everyone was getting on like a house on fire. They were getting stuff done. But you didn't have to capitulate to Trump's behaviour, to Trump's hour-long speeches when it's only supposed to be like 15 minutes, you know. It's... was it diatribes? Oh, anyway, Mark Carney gave his little speech and he was asked a question, he was. He was asked a question by the reporters while he stood up at the little podium. And they asked him about the trade negotiations. Well, have you spoken to Donald Trump? Like I say. The tango was the lady. What did Mark Carney say? Under his breath? Oh, who cares? Who cares, he said. Oh dear, I don't think we should underestimate the power in those two words. What that must have said to American officials, to senators, to lawmakers, to the government. You get on with what you want to do, alright? And we'll get on with what we want to do, okay? You go and play with your toys, Donny. Well, he's throwing his toys out the old pram, that he is. And now, maybe we should send somebody. Maybe we should go. Oh, everyone is getting on so well. Let's go bugger it all up. I'm sure that's what goes through their heads. Let's make their life a living hell. Just being there is enough, isn't it? To make your life a living hell. Can you imagine it? Having to, fucking fluff that geezer, alright? I understand. He's the one who does all the fluffing. Yeah, how is Bubba, Donny? Have you seen him recently? Hey, Bubba? Well, Donald Trump, that orange von Schitzenpanzen, he's not happy. No. He's not happy with Democratic lawmakers who make videos. And the Pentagon is threatening to recall Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly, the senator, one of the senators, the veterans who stood up there and basically told US military, just don't break the law. Don't go against your oath. Which is crazy when you consider that Donald Trump has been posting on his Truth Social to them. Don't forget, you must follow the oath. That's what he's saying on his Truth Social. He's the one making them break it. It's unconstitutional. They are, doing illegal actions for which they should be refusing, like blowing up people in little boats in the Caribbean. Is it Caribbean or is it Caribbean? Or does it depend where you are? Anyway. Either way, if these are druggy boats or if they're not, and they're just fishing boats, that's not necessarily the point. Obviously, it's pretty fucking bad if it's just fishing boats, but you're supposed to have due process. You know, there should be some international recourse, you know. There should be, you don't just go willy-nilly blowing shit up just because you want to, without the evidence. There is no evidence, there is. It's all blown up, it's all smithereens. Those bodies are at the bottom of the ocean or washed up ashore somewhere. Fucking hell. And this man is supposed to be the President of the United States. What an incredible embarrassment. So now he wants to recall Mark Kelly into the force so they can just court-martial him. What the feck? But even then, what have they done wrong? They ain't done nothing wrong. Donald Trump in the last 24 hours has broke several laws anyway. Why ain't he been feckin' drawn over the coals? Oh, I forgot, yeah. Because the House voted to give him immunity. Are you feckin' mad or something to do that? That's just so stupid. So, this level of vengeance, it's rather seditious, isn't it? Well, that's what he's calling them, seditious behaviour. Well, he's just a feckin' arsehole, and let's be honest. Donald Trump is an arsehole. He's always been an arsehole all his life, you know? And apparently he likes a bit of that, don't he? And winky. Yeah, he likes gobbling on the occasional winky that he does. I don't know if it's the big, beautiful Bill Clinton. I do not know. I do not know if it's one of his victims, as in Baba. One of the victims that he paid off to shut him up. We don't know that either. It's a boy as well, young lad. I think he's only like 12. Yeah, is that normal behaviour? Is it disgraceful behaviour? Should you be locked up for it? Oh yes, I would say so. We don't know, do we? If it's the feckin' horse. And did the horse give consent to be gobbled by the orange body shits and pants? No! It's a boost. Well, there is one state, isn't there, you can marry your animals in the United States. That is a sign there's severe depravity in the US. Yeah. There certainly is. Look at that. Well, you're going to do a bit of a bestiality. Oh, anyway, whatever you call it, doing something with them. Oh my Gideon, it's gross. It's gross. Ugh. I know what my dogs do, you know. Eat poo sometimes. Not necessarily want to be gobbled off by them, no. Anyway, I haven't go a bit too far on that. Yeah, but Mark Carney, going back to him saying that to everybody, you know, just remind you, you know, he said, who cares? Who cares? And we don't. We don't. We don't want anything to do with the United States in its current form, with its current regime. And I say sorry to those who didn't vote for this mess. Unfortunately, it's the shit you're going to have to bear for the time being until you get him out. Do something with him. Something quick, though. Because you think it's bad now. Oh, it's going to get worse. Like what's going on in Charlotte, North Carolina. Arresting Tom, Dick and Harry. Providing they got brown faces. Providing they're Latinos, Hispanics or what have you. Now they say that 1/3 of these people, right, that they've arrested are criminals, they say. But they don't say what kind of criminals they are. They haven't said that. No. It could be a traffic violation or some shit like that. Or someone's been charged for a petty crime. They don't care. As far as these people are concerned, they are outright criminals. But 1/3? So 2/3 of these people being arrested have gone through bloody hell. Have they got a case? You know, for being arrested? Could they sue the government if it's, you know, if they were, I don't know, US citizens or something, you know? You'd have thought so, wouldn't you? Been detained for God knows how long, while, you know, they're being literally treated like... I wouldn't treat my animals like that, quite frankly, but, you know, that's what the phrase is, and that's what they say. Treated like animals. This could end up being really costly for the United States taxpayer, because at some point in the future, we hope that Trump won't be there, his regime won't be there, that the whole thing is going to implode. MAGA itself is imploding at the moment. They are breaking away from Trump. They said he's a traitor against the MAGA movement, they says. He's supposed to make America great again, but all he's doing is importing people that he likes. Spending money on stuff that he likes. It's not about the people. Marjorie Taylor Greene, come January, is resigning. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's MAGA through and through. And she's getting death threats because then some MAGAs who are Trumpians are saying she's a traitor. But for her to say, I've had enough, that's a pretty big deal, you know. Now, is she trying to same-wash herself? Maybe she is. Maybe she's just trying to hold on to her job. But no, but is it that? Because now she's saying she's going to resign. Is she just trying to have some normality? Because everything's gone like fucking crazy. Absolute shit has hit the shovel. It's not just her receiving death threats, it'll be her family, the construction firms her family owns. They're all getting a lot of bloody grief. That they are. So they should in many ways. I'm not saying death threats, but crikey. This is all going on, and Mark Carney in Canada have been warned, do not bail out the tech bros. Do not bail out the tech bros in case of the AI bubble when it bursts, and it will. It will. So I'll get to a point where no longer buying the video chips. I'll get to a point where no longer the novelty factor of artificial intelligence is going to wear off. No one's going to, civilians are not going to want to pay for the services. That at the moment it's all free, isn't it, for most people. Unless you're going to, sign up to, like, people are going to make weird memes and, AI that makes strange memes and that, or crappy videos that they post all over YouTube. It will. No, the novelty factor will wear off. We'll realise that, hang on, this ain't for us. Hopefully they'll go back and say, hang on, we want real people, all right? People that don't hide behind the AI. AI voiceovers and shit. That's fucking horrendous. It really is. But you see, Zuckerberg is worried. He's very worried. Now, he did start research, an investigation to whether or not artificial intelligence was dangerous. Well, courts have currently said, hang on, why have you stopped it? Well, we know why, don't we? He's obviously found something in that. The research has shown that it is dangerous. It's going to hurt people. And that, to me, has been blatantly obvious all along. You can't make something that takes jobs away and doesn't create enough jobs to compensate for those lost and expect it's going to have a good outcome for the working people, can you? You just can't. It doesn't work like that. The whole point of AI is to replace people. The whole point of robotics is to replace people. Less people in the factories doing the jobs. But you see, this could hurt them as well. Unless all they care about is retreating to their counting house to count their money and to hold on to it for as long as they possibly can and just live off their wealth and not worry about what is going on in the rest of the world. Otherwise, it's going to backfire on them. You see, if we've got no money, they're going to find that their cash cows have disappeared. That the cash cows become a liability. In one way, sinister, you might ask yourself, if they don't need us, will they get rid of us? Is that the whole point of destroying the health system in the United States? Now, luckily, I live in Europe. I live in France, where they've got the European Union, where a whole load of countries come together, more so now than they ever have done because of Trump and because of Russia. And they are saying, well, we don't want that. We're here to look after the people. The people put us here. But you see, Donald Trump don't think like that. He thinks, well, you put me here now, I'm going to stay put. You've done your job. Don't need you anymore. And he said that. He said that on his campaigns, and people don't mention it enough, no. And going back to Charlotte and North Carolina, now I just read that some of the people working for ICE I can't confirm this yet, so take it with a pinch of salt, but I've been reading that some of the people, quite a lot of them working in ICE, are actually IDF. Israeli Defence Forces. Obviously I want to look into that a bit more, but crikey, if that is the case, that's a bit sinister, isn't it? I would say so. So, anyway, there they all were, at the G20. Mark Carney was there. Zumbasa, whatever his name is, the South African president, was there. I don't think he's as clean as a whistle either, since it has been said that some of those South Africans have been fighting for Russia. Yeah, so that's a bit concerning. That might be a conspiracy theory. I do not know. You've got to be so careful these days, haven't you, what you read? And that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. The problem is that we don't know what we read and what we see, and what we don't know if it's real. People are still being duped by AI, and it's getting better and better and better. And stuff that is real isn't being acknowledged. You see, like the phone call with Donald Trump, it's that's AI. Maybe it is, but it's a phone call. It's a recorded phone call. Apparently, is it AI? Maybe it is, but we don't know. It might not be. So we find recorded phone calls are pretty damn bad anyway. And artificial intelligence is actually too good. It's getting too good, especially on audio. It's getting harder and harder to recognise. You've got to get the cadence right, you see. And it can't quite do that yet. Isn't natural, is it? So who knows? We are living in a world now where you have to be so careful. So even like people like myself, I'm sharing stuff with you. I have to be so careful. It's no good just looking at that one source. I've made this mistake before. You have to find multiple sources on various topics that seem not to really make the forefront. That have been quashed by the likes of, Google and various other platforms out there, YouTube and Facebook, you name it, right across the board. Everything becomes suppressed. So we have to be very, very careful. YouTube and I like to say Facebook, it's that's very dubious. You see, it's nothing to say whether something is real or not. I know you've got community notes, but who reads them? The damage is already done. The headline is there. So what are we supposed to do about that? So it's very hard to get information to share with you. You have to spend quite a bit of time doing that, to make sure it is factual. Otherwise, all I'm doing is repeating whatever else is already covered. Okay, I'll give it my twist. I do. But, there is a lot of stuff out there, all right? And some of it is very believable when you consider the people that you're dealing with, and some of it it's almost impossible to fact check. It's difficult. She's walking ahead of me again. That she is. She's fed up with me making videos. Anyway, please put the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, because then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. But yeah, Mark Carney got that one right. Who feckin' cares? And boop boop. And if you want to support the channel, you got Patreon or buy us coffee, links down below. We've also got our other channels as well. I've got the Wally Boy Woodworking channel, which I'm uploading regular on there now. Also got a Rewilding channel, the Earth Trifle channel, which is earthy stuff. Alright, but it's a mixture of all sorts of stuff really. And then there's my Tinker's Lab channel, which is, it's a bit of a slow grower, that one at the moment. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll keep uploading stuff. So, anyway, you have a lovely day, won't you? Toodaloo.